Okay. Hello, and welcome back to the Druidic Stormcloud channel, where we are playing Final Fantasy XIV. The online MMO. Well, all MMOs are technically online, unless they're heavily modded. And we are going to be continuing the main storyline. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and switch scene. As we set to getting the quest. An offer you can't refuse. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable, I agree. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. But you grow impatient, and Wyskett must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Bjerglund, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vylbrand. Somehow I doubt he'll be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. You. I saw you before. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. You should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. What's this? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Vintner bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gobble urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight. Well, that was rude of him. I take it he said no. Really, in those words? Well, I cannot say I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa Lamosa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternate approach. Alternative, even. Once I reach at least level 60, I'm going to start focusing on some other classes and unlock the other jobs. But it won't work. There's a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the Vingerus of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes, they were called. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, and they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Ahem. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves, transcended my mortal flesh, and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remained is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Brylglint to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gil we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the Vingros tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Well, let's hope this isn't a wild goose chase. They're not in this house. They're behind the house, aren't they? Somewhere behind the house. Somewhere behind the house. On top of the house? Or in a basement? I need to try and find wine, apparently. Thank you for the follow, whoever just followed. Junior _G1122. Thank you for the follow. There's the person I'm supposed to find. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from the thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my god's damned house. Oof. Imagine the insurance claim on that. Okay, I already see the bubble for speaking to person. Let's ask you. What, do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, you're a few years too late. Well, with that, we've actually managed to get to a point where we can report back. We found the person that did have Bacchus wine, but got blown up. No luck, Most regrettable. But we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogumoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may be forever lost to us. Let's go with the potion of mind, just so we have that. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life at the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the very depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilebrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you would deliver it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Rysel can tell you where to find him. Alright, so we need to go here. Let's call out our Chocobo, to whom I gave some armor. And then random mount time. Oh, my behemoth, this is a new one. Wait, can I even fit through here? Just barely. I feel like that should have caused damage. That's not where I need to go. I need to go this way, then south. I got this mount technically free. It's from the achievement points So you don't have to spend real money to have a behemoth as a mount. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit. I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I'm sure as hell's not don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest of the severed string. Hey, Chocobo. Let's go. I apologize. I have been a fan of the Final Fantasy series for a long time. Although some of the more recent titles have been far darker than I am accustomed to. I mean, sure, you have the sage that sacrifices himself to cast the ultimate meteor spell. You have the twins that petrify themselves to stop the walls. Those were all well and good. And the twins were eventually saved, I believe. What do you want? Well, wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? What's wrong? Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The Midgez buzzing. It keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make them go away. Alright, that's easy enough. Oh, I do have to change my companion style again. Alright, we only need to defeat 2 more swarms. Sometimes an enemy will just decide it wants to fight. Especially if you're targeting something lower level than yourself. Enemies around it will occasionally decide to assist it. And with that, we have defeated all the midges, or, well, all the bug swarms we needed to. By the way, this tiny little bomb is the companion for the minion for the day. And remember, we have Chocobo. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission with them when the Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands, just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Poor guy. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today in Red Mantis Falls, I collected some sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he has moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. That is an interesting thing to make wine. But hey, fermented fruit juice is what wine basically is, so alright. Random mount. Unicorn. You can actually get this one rather easily. You just have to complete the Conjurer class quests. Not quite the job quests, but the 30 level or level 30 quest line. And then another quest opens up where you go and you cast Cure on a unicorn. Go back, you get the whistle for it. Well, the horn. I half suspect that each class will have its own mount in this way. At least the Disciples of War and Magic. And I'm looking forward to finding out what ones those would be. I'm not going to be looking it up. It's been some time, Kiara. What news do you have of Drest? Sniff, sniff. Ah, yes. I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Drest and I. Two men that have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Kiara. Another quest down, let's grab the next one. It was a very good year. Oh, we're gonna get a minion from this quest. By the gods, Kiara, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Oh! Legendary wine still exists? Well, legendary grape still exists to make the legendary wine. Interesting indeed. Go this way first. Might be a shorter route. It's still a little faster than walking. Okay, we have a bot in chat. Great. Puppy. Here. Oh, so that wasn't published to chat, but restricted chat. How do we fit through the door? That's a question. Oh, hello again. What is it? These leaves. Where did you find them? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubo tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you're going to look for it, be careful. Please be careful. Some gubos are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Okay. Let me know if you can pronounce the names of these Final Fantasy monsters better than I can, because honestly, I'm not even sure there's a proper pronunciation at this point. Ripples in the water catch my eye. Oh, you. Okay. Oh, no, I needed to... There we go. Good bird. Alright, now let's get this back. Got news, got news. What did Drizzt have to say, Kiara? Tell me everything. Ha ha! I was right! This smell, this texture I hold in my hands. A Bacchus grapevine cutting! Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard you talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... 12 as my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstitute the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Bielgrind. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across the Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you need... Sniff, sniff. Wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of this label. This couldn't possibly be... A 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Grigorjuji will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Kiara. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray, deliver this wine to Captain Wyski. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have an opportunity to taste perfection. I'm glad they're getting along now. Alright. Now we need to go over here. That's not far. Hey, we're on the behemoth again. There are a lot of different mounts in this game, and even just the ones you don't have to pay for. A lot of what you pay for is really just cosmetic stuff in this game, which I find to be a perfectly reasonable thing. And if you want your character to look a certain way, you can purchase stuff for that, but everything else you can just acquire through quests, grinding, and events. Even a lot of cosmetic stuff you can acquire through events. Oh, I need to actually go across there first. So I do need to take the boat first and foremost. Then I can get to where I'm going. $40 gil to get there. And now we're on our chocobo. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So, what of the wine I asked you to bring? Is that 7 hells? A 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how that rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Chiara. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went through, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived not a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. Complete. Use. In the company of heroes. And beach party stuff. You have the look of a woman who has been to the 7 hells and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor. And this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all. It beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Lady Estola, Lady Frostborn. A thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now. She must have sensed something was amiss. Ah. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the lengths of and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Kiara has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, aye, fair's fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not for their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be godslayers by their own criteria, and if even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. Oh wait, no, that was him. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls, eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against which they had no hope of victory is worse than futile. Words are weird. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complacent in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Kiara with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it would cost her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as a child of the sands, and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days only care for fortune and glory. Kiara, however, is a kind and generous soul. I'm certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight by her side. Highly Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the company of heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the word of Crags, Kiara Frostborn, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today my dog jumping up to get attention made me bump the button. Kiara Frostborn, Titan's Bane! Yeah, we got a dog interruption today. Just a little one. It was a good boy, though. Aww. Okay, what now? Speak with the bronze-skinned beauty. Oh. Congratulations, sweetling. Now, relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Okay, so we go over here and enjoy the exotic feast. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transient moment, you glimpse the true form of reality comprehending. It was good food. No other bit of information needed. When you face the Lord of the Crags, think not of Limsa Lamosa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no greater victory was ever achieved alone. Or no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbly folk cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ah, Kiara, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him that Lendinzel sends his regards. Okay, but is there a weakness I can exploit? You're a veteran of countless battles, Kiara. But this one more. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with a fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge them, Kiara. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration, though they have all but pronounced you the victor in the battle with Titan. The battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lanoska. There, you'll speak with Riol, another man who once served in the company. To ensure that his knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I marked. Only then will he appear. To meet you at the 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that this is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Okay. Oh, I didn't get your activation? Okay. We need to whistle. And so it's not that it's an emote, it is literally just interacting with it. Okay. But seriously, the latest Final Fantasy titles, at least definitely 15, was a lot darker than you would expect. The ending was sad too. It is not a feel-good game. If you want to play that game, then that's your warning. He's up there, isn't he? Okay. Yep, there you are. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one the captain said would be come calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, 'cause I ain't explaining myself twice. Here we go. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman, Aetheryte. See? What? What's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of unamplified Aetheryte, which has been claimed by a beast tribe, lest you wonder. There is no fundamental difference between such Aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Kiara. Well, if it isn't the Shalian lass. Welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ogamoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling in the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around. And it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Ugamoro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city with that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Ethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there was Etherite shards in the depths of Okamoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the life stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlian bloke to help us, see? Delved right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Etherites in question happen to be... yes, but in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, the second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's run and take a closer look at the Etherite? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. Sorry about that. I have a bit of a catch in my throat. What am I getting this time? Behemoth again. I am not getting involved in the fate. I am going forward. Alright, so that is for the Twin Adder log. I'm going to have to try and... Well, I'll probably run into more kobolds in here. So this is the Etherite the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary? It is Papliomo speculated. In its present state, this Etherite signal will not be strong enough for our purpose. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Kira. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. Oh no, fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it's possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetheryte signal and thereby join you. Albeit belatedly, until such a time as I do, you will be on your own. Now, let's see if I am worth my salt. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparations. Let's fight Titan! With a party of NPCs. Because these three are a good team that have not gotten their jobs yet. Let's go. Look, an overworlder. Yes, yes, an invader from above. She uses our Aetheryte against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overworlders must leave. Overworlders must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, Overworlder. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be the first to face judgment, then Limsa Lamosa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. Oh, great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you, Titan we summon you. This is some good music. Here he comes! He has come, he has come! The Lord of Crags, Titan has come!
Overworlder, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless overworlder, thy married heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee I shall wreak a terrible vengeance.
That was a pain on my voice. That was not good. Keep these guys alive while they beat them to death. Okay, I'm sealed in rock. That's not good. Hello. I know, right? I think I just need to restart my Xbox before I start streaming. The Lord of Crags, great father, Titan has fallen! And another crystal is obtained. Two crystals remain. The crimes of the older worlders shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggressions, or never shall there be peace until our dying breaths. We shall defy you. Deny, decree, defy! Now, these are the readings you would expect from an Acon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Remethan. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if it were to be... Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true. But while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool. And now she has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. And naught remains to mark this passing. Well, the Askians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? The Unicorn. An excellent mount. I don't know why, but the Unicorn feels faster than the Behemoth. I wonder if the Behemoth is a multi-person mount. I am relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. Though word will already have reached the Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Kiara. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. Alright, let's teleport to the city and report it. Have to go to the upper decks, which is a way up there, just here. Actually, Ethernet. Free in-city teleports. Thank you for coming, Kira. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago, but I am pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit, now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warriors of Light less keenly. And there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order of heroes. The people of Limsa Lamosa are forever in your debt. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please, send my regards to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Kiara, this is Minafila. Istola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Istola emerged from Ogomoro unscathed. Why, Tataru and the others seemed as glad of that as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Alright, return to the Waking Sands. We can do that rather easily with a simple ticket. Hear that commotion just now? What in the seven hells were they doing in there? Wrestling a pistol? Looked like the adventurer's type. Oh no. This is not good. What was that screaming I heard? I'm not sure I want to know. Are we under attack, or is it just party misunderstand? We're under attack. This is not good. This is not good at all. Yeah, let's check on the Sylph. This one is glad walking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe. Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
The Empire.
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
Confound it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
No!
Conditions of surrender denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
That was bad. Walking one minute, Fila. Ask this one too. In case walking one returned, this one was to say, at church in Eastern Thaliand, walking one must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect walking one Minifila from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save. This is not good. The scions of the Seventh Dawn have been destroyed. The Empire has made a move, siding with those wielders of pure darkness. Alright. Time to head all the way back. I have to seek sanctuary at the church. We know the one, we've been there before. But is it going to be safe? That is a question. It was a turn of events that I was not expecting at this time. I mean, we know that they have Bahamut. So, the Garlean Empire might be trying to prevent us from destroying Bahamut, or looking for some way to control the primal. Okay. something troubling you, my child. You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses are dead, father, and I know not what to do. Wild roses. I see you may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? And you are certain that Minifila was among those taken by the Garleans? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minophila's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well, I do recall that day of our first meeting. Well do I. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marcus, could you come here for a moment? Yes, father? Yes, father. If you require assistance, speak with Marcus. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marcus is a survivor of the Battle of Cantonu. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll on his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marcus, I want you to look after Kiara. Do you understand? Yes, father. Those goggles. We did not notice them the other times we talked to this individual. Oh boy. Level 35 quest. Interesting, okay. We're unlocking some additional quests and a level 34 weapon coffer. Excuse me, Kiara. Do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horologe, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There's something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead, and to obtain a ballpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nose pincers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps it would be best to talk to... They would be the best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. And yes, I gave my Chocobo the Warrior of Light barding. It is a tank after all. And who is a more iconic tank than the Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy 1? Well, not that he was actually in the game. It's just a reference to the warrior class or job in Final Fantasy 1. all things considered. A ballpoint chisel, you say, and a pair of needle-nose pincers? Those things don't come cheap, you know. Balls. I mean, yes, this should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business to you. He scammed the old man. I swear this is random, right? I've used the same thing, gotten all the amounts I have. Not that there are a lot of them. I currently have 3 mounts. Have you brought the tools I requested? Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motion countless times before. Pardon me, Kiara. This was a mistake. Please, give the horolog to Sister Elunid. The man who once owned it is currently in her care. I think it best that it be returned to him. Good evening to you, madam. Have you come to pay respects to this man? Never before have I seen such a strange device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlean. I am given to understand that these cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marcus said that it belonged to the deceased? Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marcus manage to repair this device? I knew that he had talents for the trade, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. I recognize you now, Kiara. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. And so we trek back to the place that we just left. Actually, you know what? We have enough Vesper Bay tickets. You don't want to look like one of them church fellows. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so it's off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you don't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. It was the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. God's damned Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with those folk, and I sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here afore? Or do you just have one of them faces? Never mind. Any road. There's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks are starting to turn. I don't know why this one's taking longer. Maybe it's because it's the larger one. If that's the case, this one will be... Okay, apparently that is the case. What happened to the big fella? Forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. These were our friends. Come on, come on. Let's finish this before I die of old age. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver all the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that the work's done here. I'm going to actually use teleporting to speed this up a little for everyone. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. This one will have options. Although we perform rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. So we teleport to Gridania, and then we take their body to Little Solace, which is in East Shroud. There's a method of getting there rather quickly. When at a point I have more mounts, this will be a far more random thing. Go through here, then go south. Then this way. Then south again. Then this way. This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Noroxa, but this one does not understand. Kumuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would like to know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace. But why? These ones have not requested further aid. Noroxia? How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Noroxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Noroxia went to Thalion at behest of this one. Walking One was with Noroxia at the end. Tell this one that Neroxia was brave. Tell this one that Neroxia does not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neroxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones that these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones will not have Neroxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. Okay, so the Empire is also now at war with the Sylphs. This is helpful to us. I'm not going to say it's good, because they shouldn't have to fight. Okay, let's just teleport back to Drybone and da 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 We thank you for your service to the church and to the Sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining scions in the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have perhaps already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest, and set aside your burdens for now, Kiara. Marcus thinks he's being watched. I'm not imagining it, Kiara. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It's as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it last when I ventured outside. Or I felt it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It'll only take a moment. I'm unlocking so many side quests. Here's the destination. Okay, that is not good. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew he was watching me. But why? Why was he watching me? What did he want from me? Did he perhaps know something about my past? Or something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please, allow me a moment alone. Wait, Father Illimond must hear of this. Would you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend that such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? Imperial short sword. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching us, or was watching Marcus, was... Make haste to camp Drybones at once. We must summon the immortal flames before the more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Carteneau. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak.
No. Wait, in Kurthus?
Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, Therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the Calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Now he looks more like a Cid.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Cid has been a recurring character in Final Fantasy games for a long time. Always playing, to a degree, an important role when he appears. While those degrees may vary from the grandfather of a character to the very king of a nation turned into a bug, he has always had an impact on the storyline. He who waits behind. What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Kiara. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the Calamity. Much like the Great Gobu Wall of Ul'dah, it states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania toward Korthis. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Fulground or Fulgord Float, the closest settlement to Korthis. Mayhap the serpents stationed there have record of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journey for a time. Excuse me. But I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray, look after yourself and Cid, Kiara. Alright, so we're going back to Gridania, so I can just return there and head north. Ethernet. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Corthus. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, speak with the Volfront at Florence Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, you would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Chocobo! Da 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 da. You've come in search of Volifont? Well, then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Corthus. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. We found our guy. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cortanu. Nigh on 5 years ago, I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then, all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Corthus. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records of which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Delamond descended, they took shelter behind their gates. And even now, they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider proving your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Okay. In addition, we can accept the quests that would give us the Red Mage job. I have not done so as of yet, though. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandare? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? How observe. As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgarad may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Halon, have mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You may know him by his uniform, that of a house Durandire as is mine. Oh, I'm on a behemoth now. Right, so upward over here. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Pugh. Death was a mercy they didn't reserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this very region. Fare thee well, friend. Chocobo in the snow! Well, yes, it does leave footprints. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologers to entertain your request. However, understand that this is ultimately their decision, whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to them to Edamil. The lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovic's thinking. It is true that we maintain meticulous records, which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Devarian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with the heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologer Fulmord up above. Okay. Further up. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling of what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war, which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halion's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help some foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Falamort. I wished to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not know you had a guest. I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Gullimund, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one that rescued House Dillamdire's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Corthus 5 years ago, yes? You come at us at the most inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Corthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge. And the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark while traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Dillamdire in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. So I now speak with you? You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require you that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixali in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. That's not good. Those things summoned Garuda. Medica 2 also gives us a regen effect. Interesting. Alright, so we go this way. I don't think this is leaving footprints. That's disappointing. But chocobos do leave footprints in snow. What a relief to see someone other than Godstamp Birdman. Then I thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixali were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope that they may leave again before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Sterndale cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. And we're on the behemoth again. It's random, but I only have 3 for it to pick from. As I get more and get the random roulette going even further, it will be an interesting turn of events to decide which one will be my main mount. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by a non-believer. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It might surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Durandire is quick to regard the outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first signs of Dravegian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Poltalot for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandire carries tremendous weight in Ishgrad. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. You will always have 1 hit point if you're in a safe area and you fall from such a height. If, however, you are in an area with monsters, it will not be so guaranteed. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other great houses? I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while if you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 houses. It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? I mean, that more or less makes sense. I guess that tracks. Yeah, okay. Now, I understand that you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road, due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Halentry, further improving the chances that they regard your request for aid, or that they indulge. So he's giving us a task that not only helps them, but also puts us in good standing with one of the three houses that they want to introduce us, that we want introduced to. Interesting, and well, their way of abiding by the rules while being well inclined towards one who has helped them a lot. Hooded figures again. The dragon worshippers? And we're on the behemoth. See? No footprints. It's unfortunate. Chocobos, however, do leave footprints. Have you good tidings to share? Or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Yeah, here. Gods bless ye, friend. It's all here. Every last... Ah, but wait. That chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells. That's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me! A draconian rosary in the possession of Lord Francel? Yet perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Halentry is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Halentry. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics, or all else must wait until this matter is resolved. Well, I can now accept the next job or class quest. I guess that was the... No. Huh. Mogopedium. Yeah, alright. Let's continue on. Because apparently that was a key point in unlocking further job quests. Come closer and listen well, lass. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man who wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Helentry for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him in an Edelweiss, and he will know that you come for a friend. Now go. Oh, political intrigue. I mean, if you want to overthrow an empire of religious fanatics, then planting evidence that one of them is a heretic is a method of doing so. Yes, you look as if you have something to say, do you? I see. Sir Caramont has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity he has not been seen in Coerthas or since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That is absurd. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the Draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors. For if they harbor even the slightest doubt, this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It is as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship? You see, it may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Horsfiv of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present him with this letter of recommendation, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. All right. The questline finally sends us through Coerthas. One of the places I stumbled upon in my attempt to locate different main cities. We are now at Dragonhead. Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter. Pray, tell me why you have come. If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes. The letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Korthus before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses of these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartanu, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf, and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean there are not influential individuals within each house or that are not individuals sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it will be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries of your own. Lady Nine, of mine own house Fortemps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There's also Cravelin of House Helentry, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken to Chief Astrologian of House Dividend yet? Really? Perhaps he would be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortemps. Do not concern yourself with House Dismal. I shall contact them myself. Seek the consul of the 3 I mentioned, and return to me when finished. Okay. So, find the people he mentioned. First one is here in this very city, or fortress. It's definitely more fortress than a city. Okay, let's go over here. I already healed up from the fall. Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does. For if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francile. Some say that allegations are long overdue given how many members of House Helentry have been found guilty of hearsay in recent days. Someone trying to wipe out that house. Feels like someone's trying to wipe out that house. Is it just me, or does it feel like someone's trying to wipe out that house? Alone, grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Harsofith? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of hearsay have thrown House Helentria into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. I mean, that's fair. I feel like someone's trying to make this house fall to ruin. All the other houses have been helpful. If it's not the work of the cultists alone, then... It would have to be that last house, wouldn't it? The only one we haven't had any contact with at all. It might well be the case, if we consider it from that perspective. At least that's my gamer's instinct talking. So, I gather you have been busy since last we spoke. Lord Harkham's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ashgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquirer Guilliman arrived in Korthus, countless heretics... Really? Countless heretics have been discovered, even among the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Haunton wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Really? This has only been happening since that one Inquisitor arrived. Really? Let's be honest, is it more likely that the Inquisitor is behind it, or that each of these people is actually a traitor? See? Chocobo footprints in the snow. let's think on this for a moment. Is it more likely that there's one person instigating this chaos, or that all of these people that have fought against the dragons are secretly worshipping them? I know what I put my money on. Because let's be honest, Malcolm's razor. Not to be confused with Mehrunes' razor. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Korthus is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard provide more pertinent information. I think this is a ploy by that Inquisitor. The Inquisitor's behind this. Level 36 weapon coffer. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francil, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received report that he and 3 knights were seen headed north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long overrun by Dragovian horde, so I am not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francil's party requires assistance. It's either people posing as him, or it's a trap that he's fallen into. Chocobo again. Steel Vigil is north of here. Let's go. I think this is going to be the last of the quest chain for the time being. Who goes there? Yara? No, stand back. The fiend is still here. Hallowed be praised. You did it. But what of the others? The 3 knights who accompanied me. Where are they? I heard the beast cries from over yonder. Then Lord Francil is safe? Bless you, miss. Bless you. Curse those fiends. It is as though they knew we were coming. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Hallenfer if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, Miss. House Hallenfer will remember your kindness. It was a foolish thing to do. I know. But I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Hallenfer that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house, which was once great name. We have been brought even lower by this despicable accusation of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. The Inquisitor's a fraud! The Inquisitor wants the fall of your house. He wants to weaken everything. And even the unicorn doesn't leave footprints. It is just people and chocobos that do. I mean, I suppose that's the easiest way to code it, all things considered. Hey. The Inquisitor's a fraud. The guy's safe, but the Inquisitor's a fraud. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francile, that's Skyfire Locks, not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for I fear being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic, or for fear of. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which the Inquisitor, the fraud, has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, you must first clear Lord Francile's name, and by association, yours. The Inquisitor's a fraud! It's obvious! And, well, with that, we're going to go ahead and end it here. We finally reached level 56. We have probably unlocked quite a few side quests that can give us a lot of stuff. Maybe even changing our Chocobo's color. That's something I'm wondering about. And with that, we're going to be signing off. So let's switch over to the ending soon scene. And I want to thank everyone once again for dropping by. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Drop me a follow if you're here on Twitch. And stay tuned because Monday we are playing more Kingdom Hearts 3. I have not advanced any story elements in it. I have, however, visited the the two worlds we were at before, did some synthesis and some purchasing. Purchasing that I had done on the previous run through that was scrapped due to glitchy audio. Fortunately, it seems that this has not been an issue in this stream. Not an issue at all. Excellent. Now, as you know, I do complete side quests off stream, and my current class levels are as shown. Here we go. Now, which of the various classes do you think I should focus on as my second class? Or do you want to see me go through the Red Mage class line or job quests? Make sure to drop a comment below or drop into my Discord to let me know what you think. Without any further ado, I want to wish you a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever you're up to, whenever you're up to, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.